Last we left off, you all spent some time winding down at Tennant's, enjoying conversation with Amara before heading to the baths and eventually a cold plunge. Rin got some private time with Herc and shared some complex feelings. Herc, in turn, needed some alone time to pray and deal with those emotional struggles on his own, which led to a conversation that was rather frustrating between him and his mother, who was giving her best Tymora impression. The party then set off in different ways. The girls heading now outside the dungeon after Rin suggested the guards escort them to the captured cultist, and the rest outside the Royal Magician's Tower after finding out that they were holding a lottery to see who was going to be participating in the ritual, potentially sacrificing their life in order to help save Cormyr. Now, for funsies, to see who gets to start first.
Let the girls go first.
Let the girls go first. Okay, the boys said it first.
Go first.
Nope. I was gonna say we're gonna do rollies, but DJ spoke up first.
At this point,
so
now you have to roll it because they're fighting over who gets to not go first.
all right, DJ and Sammy and Rin, go ahead and give me a D20 roll. The winner gets to choose who goes first. All right, Miss Rin, you get to choose who goes first.
Boys go first.
Oh my god. Okay.
Boys rule.
Okay. As you all remember, you were standing outside of the tower. A group of war wizards had been gathering in the promenade, and if I remember correctly, you were just given permission to head up the tower to see Ganrahast. How do you approach this?
Are we like outside the room right now where Ganrahast is?
I'm gonna say you're at the base of the War Wizard Tower, having just been given permission from whoever was standing outside of the doors, giving you access into the tower. So you're on the first level, which is actually just the start of a spiral staircase.
I mean, I guess just start pushing past people and slowly make our way in.
Okie dokie. Pushing up, coming to the first floor and seeing what appears to be a small library desk strewn out with some more wizards continuing to ruffle through papers furiously. But the opportunity to continue up the spiral staircase, taking a quick glance out into the room, you don't see any evidence of Ganrahast or Arvindhast.
While we're walking past them or walking above them, is there anything that I might be able to make out that they're furiously looking for, or hear that they're looking for?
You might be able to hear some conversation, but I would say that you're way too far away to be able to see anything or read anything that would be on the table. If you want to give me a perception check, you can do so.
Rolling great today.
Yeah, I think the general pace of your companions, in combination with the frantic nature of the war wizards in the room, make it difficult to make anything out. A lot of them even talking in hushed whispers fast over each other in an argumentative tone. I think you can pick up that. But continuing up, eventually you get outside of what you could only assume is the main chamber, which is for the royal magician himself. The door slightly ajar, and you can hear Ganrahast inside. I don't want to have to put that burden on anybody else, but I'm afraid that I would not be able to do it on my own. And I imagine you would have the opportunity to push open the door and interrupt if you would like, but that is what you can hear as you're approaching the door.
I would encourage the fellas. I'd like hold them back without saying a word, just so we can attempt to hear any other part of the conversation before he clams up on us.
Yeah, Riker would follow suit.
Herc, you're also there. Are you going to fall in line and
Yeah.
allow Sammy to hold you back? Okay. Listening in for just a little bit longer, you hear Arv respond. Listen, we would all give our lives willingly for saving Cormyr. We all know what we signed up for when we became war wizards. The potential for war and our oath to the kingdom itself. We would gladly lay down our lives for the chance to save the realm. And Genrahas opens up a little bit more. But we've already lost so many now, and we have no idea how many more we could have to lose in order to succeed with the ritual. With this widespread, how much could we... Are we even going to be able to cure it all from here? Will we have to go to each individual site, choosing which one we think we can cleanse? I never thought it would be this difficult. Arv chimes in one more time before there's a long pause. There's enough of us. We'll do whatever it takes. And then they go back
after
to
after a very pregnant pause from the room, I'll look at the fellas. Then we'll enter the room. What's going on? What's the as I barge into the room?
As you come in, they only briefly look up until they recognize who it is coming in and then return to their work, not even necessarily looking at you with any sort of response. There's no time now. We're deep in study, trying to figure out what we can do to save this kingdom.
What did you do?
What have you discovered thus far?
Well, we've discovered that we can use the Echo. We've also discovered...
And I'm assuming you probably learned that you weren't able to use it successfully.
And how would you know that?
Because I tried using it. Remember?
How are you even still here?
Stubbornness, stupidity. Combination of the two. Pick it. Who used it? Who's feeling it?
I mean, a lot of us used it. We tested it on very, very small scales.
And how many of you are cursed now?
None that I'm aware of.
Insight check?
Sure, you can give an insight check. Any of you that are in the room can give an insight check if you wish.
Yeah, I'm curious as to what's going on.
I like to roll the dice.
Yeah, roll them.
Knowing that my
I don't like to roll the dice.
my soul is no longer going to be taken by the Lost City.
Mm-hmm.
Does that affect my roll at any chance?
Let's see how their response shapes your thoughts and whether or not you still have concerns of whether or not they're telling the truth. Riker, when Ganrahas says, not that I'm aware of, in regards to whether or not any of the people who participated in the first ritual were cursed, he appears to be telling the truth, that you can see. He goes into a little bit more explanation. I was the first to try using it, figuring that if I wasn't able to use it on a very small scale, then we were going to have to find some other method to cleanse Zugmoy's presence. When I was able to empty out that vial after it had been filled, I knew that there was the potential of turning back time on a small scale. We ran some more tests, adding contaminants to the water, and then trying to turn back time to remove those contaminants, trying to mimic the spread of the infection to see whether or not we were able to remove the infection itself and still leave the water intact. We were relatively successful with that as well. And so, even then, I could tell that I was on the brink of the edge of my capabilities. And so we devised a summoning circle. I guess a summoning circle is not the right word for it. A ritual circle for all of us to harness our energy into it. And we had about 10 participants that were all linked in this ritual. As we were trying to remove the infection from within Suzail, we were able to wind back the time temporarily, but 2 of them are no more. What happened to their bodies? It's as if they were scorched by arcane and combusted. There's no remnants left of their corpse. Just tattered clothes riddled the floor when we all left the ritual. So as far as
teleported, never mind.
Highly unlikely. There was no teleportation when we were performing the ritual. As far as we were aware, any time someone, whoever was using the artifact at the time, was left unaffected by any time manipulation. And so those that were inside the ritual, I would have assumed, would also have been unaffected by the time manipulation. So teleporting to a different space or time, highly unlikely, especially with the remnants of their clothes. So I guess when I say not that I'm aware of if they're cursed, I mean there's nothing that we can see to suggest that they're not alive. So wherever they are in the afterlife, I suppose it's impossible, at least right now, to ask them if they're cursed.
So, what's your plan now?
A bigger circle.
To what end?
Whatever end it takes. We've got more than 100 war wizards. Whatever it takes. The sacrifice for the greater good.
And you're sure this will work?
No.
What are the odds that this fails?
To be truthful, I don't know. We're attacking it on both fronts, both with our military at Knightswood and here with our research on the Echo, but we're running out of time. Reports say that the gate is opening atop Knightswood. If Zuckmoy is able to enter, then
I mean, the
we're dealing
gate's
with it.
already opened. She's already reaching through.
Then we have no time.
So this is just one giant Hail Mary?
Who's that?
I'll tell you about it later, Herc.
Unfortunately, yes. I'm not one to place any blame. I know that you all did the best that you could with getting the relic and getting it back here as soon as you could. But our time appears to be stretched thin. We gotten the relic, the Echo, a few days sooner, there might have been more time to study and make a more calculated assessment, but if you're telling me
I
that
think we need more time, but didn't we go back in time just a little bit ago? Maybe a few bells ago?
Whatever you did affected us outside of the castle.
Where were you exactly when it happened?
Defending the wall.
We were on the well. We were defending the wall, and then supposedly, we
Jumped back.
were turned back to the promenade.
Maybe about an
Well, we had
hour
a
or so
restaurant.
before.
So our calculations were at least correct for as far as the section that we wanted to cover. Yes, when he looks over at Arv, I think it's possible that we should abandon the lottery at all. Just take all willing participants. Better to be overly cautious and have more than not enough. Arv chimes in. Yeah, you know as well as I do that it's the weakest of the war wizards that stand to lose the most, as they're what appear, at least from our first attempt, to be the first to go. Hell, they're all out
Wait.
there volunteering. Go ahead.
Wait, that doesn't make sense. If it has such a high likelihood to disintegrate people, Sammy, what was your experience with it?
I mean, I just feel like I just hurtled back in time a little bit, observed a lot, saw a lot, knew a lot. Then something grabbed me and
The Echo
Well,
holds a lot more than just the past. It holds power. Using it as a conduit to be able to cast spells that mages or previous wielders have used or know, with the stone itself being replacement for any of the components. It's if you tried to use it for anything other than going back in time, it would have been much less taxing on your body than what we are attempting to do.
So, I wonder, I don't know. I mean, I've never claimed to be a healer of any sort, but bringing Riker back, I don't know.
Casting a 3rd, 5th, 7th level spell is child's play compared to what we're trying to do here. I know it might seem like a lot, but we're talking about magic, unlike anything that we've ever even dreamed of. Things that were around with the creators.
So you're trying to get enough power together to turn back time before this all started?
That's at least the running theory of what we're intending to do.
There's got to be something we can do in the meantime, something with less bloodshed. Any chance we can get to Knightwood, see if we can do anything there first?
I can send you there as soon as you're ready. I've been to the front lines to talk with your father a couple times. So I know the area well enough that I could teleport you there should you need to.
Honestly, I don't know what else to do at this point. I feel like that might be our best option.
Where's the rest of your group?
That
there's-
is for us to know and you to wonder about.
Do you want me to teleport you now, or do you want to wait until you're all gathered?
Let's wait for everyone to be gathered. We'll find the other two and we'll be back up here.
I could go now. Get things ready for you when you arrive.
Mark, it might be a good idea just for all of us to go at once, and I guess unless you really insist.
I was just making a suggestion. I'm ready to go right now.
Ganra has.
I don't know if he can only do it once, or if you could do it right now. I'm ready to go.
Here within inside the War Wizards or the Royal Magician's Tower, I have considerable increase in capacity and power. I would be able to cast these spells relatively easily.
I guess I don't see why not, but it's always best if... Oh, God.
I was gonna say, I think it would be better if we would all be brought together. Herc, I don't doubt your commitment to that cause, but I would just be concerned that they would just.
I'm not
send
committed. If
to
you
the
want me to
front.
stay, I'll stay. I'm just ready to go. If we want me to go, I could look around. That way, when you guys arrive, we won't have to explain ourselves to everyone. I'll have
I don't think we're
taken
gonna
care
have
of
to
it
do a lot of
already.
explaining.
Make a little campfire, cook you up something, get a lay of the land, maybe talk with the people in charge, like your father and anybody else who might have an idea of what's going on.
Let me be clear with you. There's no rest once you venture to that encampment. It is constantly under bombardment from the creatures that are coming from the tree. Fungal threats continue to pound their forces.
Sounds like I should go and help.
Our chances would be better if we all went together, though.
Well, if we're running out of time, then
Let's gather Rin and Arsus and anything else that we need, and we can make the trek there.
Well, we'll be quick, Herc.
Ganrahast tweaks a few magical gadgets on his desk, and you can see a circular rune over in the side of the room start to glow. It'll remain open for a minute. Should you wish to go, it's there. If not, I need to get back to focusing on my work. I don't have time for any additional interruptions. And he continues back to his work. Without any additional back and forth, Herc, are you going or are you staying?
I guess I'm staying.
Okay, the three of you stay
He wants me to
inside
go.
of the tower, or head back to the castle to grab the girls. Which one are you gonna do?
Heading back.
head back.
We need to grab them.
Okay. Let me. The two of you, escorted by the guard down to the dungeon depths, get outside of a rounded top wooden door, metal plate covering a slit. He opens it up, peeks inside, closes it again, turns back to you. Prisoners inside. Don't get too close. Don't know what he's capable of. I would say that he's infected. I'm not too sure.
Oh, you're muted, Sarah.
You guys have those fancy rings. What do you mean you're not too sure?
He's not detecting any poison, but he is quite mad. So I find it hard to believe that he's not infected. But at the same
Interesting.
time, we only know what we're told.
Did he have a name?
Not that he gave us.
We'll be quick.
Rin at this point is gonna take a scarf and kind of.
Yeah,
A little
Arsus will put the mask on as well.
Okay. As he opens up the door with a heavy clicking noise of the key entering and unlocking, and you can feel the weight of the door open up, entering in, the guard steps in and it kind of lights a torch on the nearest wall to give you some additional light while you're inside. It is not a very friendly environment. The damp stone walls on all sides, some moss kind of growing in the corners, but you are free. You see a man shackled to a chair in the center of the room, and as You look at his face. He kind of looks up towards you. You can see blood dried that had seemed to drip down his nose, and some bruising and swelling of the face as if he was thoroughly interrogated.
First thing Rin will do.
Wait.
Oh,
Did the guard leave us alone, or is he hovering?
He's just outside the doors.
Okay, but the door's closed, so we're
alone
like,
with this
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
So yeah, first thing Rin will do is she'll like take a cloth and pour a little water onto it. She'll say, "You made quite a stir last night. This is for you." And she'll like approach
Waterboard?
like just up to arm's length to try and hand the rag to them.
Miss Rin, his arms are latched.
Well, yeah, can he not move his arms at all?
No, they're tied behind his back, like
Oh, I see.
strapped to the ground, to where
Okay.
he can't bring them forward.
Gotcha.
I don't think he's a danger to us. You can go ahead, and then I'll actually walk over and I'll put my hand on his knee and I'll cast Cure Wounds at level 1.
Okay.
Healing him for full amount, 12 hit points.
Yeah.
Nice.
Raiders.
Yeah, and Rin will just kind of wipe up like whatever blood is just kind of sitting on.
We're real sorry about what happened to you.
Why? Why are you sorry for something that was planned?
Planned.
I knew what I was getting myself into coming into these walls.
But why would you do it?
For her glory, of course.
Her being.
And as they kind of, their heads still tilted down, their eyes lift up in shadowing. You can only kind of see their lips grow into a very sinister smile. You don't have to play dumb. You know who she is. And if you don't, you should get to know her before she comes. For I fear what would happen to you if you were not on her side.
Kind of fear what happens to those that are.
There's peace and comfort knowing that you would be assimilated with the rest of your brothers, sisters, family, kin, neighbors, all of you towards the common goal.
Not being able to do your own thing, not be able to make your own choices, not be able to enjoy small things unless you get permission from the Hive Mother.
Not having
Sounds
to
like a
deal
prison
with
to me.
arguing or bickering or backstabbing, or you think of only the fond things, but leave out all the terrible things you go through on a day-to-day basis. There's
You
give and
can't
take in the
enjoy the-
world.
Right, there's give and take. You can't enjoy the good things without the bad things. If everything was always the same, there's nothing to enjoy. I mean, are you already assimilated?
No. I wish to be.
Why not?
I hope she takes me. I haven't had the opportunity to.
But the emissaries have been selling those vials for pennies.
For some reason. It doesn't stick or hold with me.
So, you're immune?
I don't like to put that out. I don't want to cast that juju into my life. Saying that seems so final. I would like to say that maybe I just haven't had enough of it.
resistant, perhaps.
What is it that you want coming here? I
Well,
gave
think
all
you
this
just gave it to
information.
us.
I gave all this information to the guards already.
Well, my experience with the guards is they may not know what to do with this information. We appreciate you, friend.
I fear that we don't want the same thing. So I also fear that you are not my friend.
That is a concern. Absolutely, sir. Miss Wren, I think we've got what we needed here.
I just have one more.
Sure.
Why did you sneak in last night? What made it planned?
There's nothing really that I can do from in here anymore, at least not now. I've already told the guards, so I don't see any harm in continuing to tell you. I intended to sneak into prison. I was hoping that maybe I just hadn't been loyal enough, devoted to the cause, that if I could deal a major blow to Cormyr, then I could win her favor.
So you were trying to create a prison break.
Should have been simple enough.
Well, I mean, you picked the wrong prison if you wanted to get to the infected.
No. I wasn't caught
No, he
trying
went to
to
the
get into
lockup.
here. I tried. If I'm being honest, I didn't even get that far. I'm not from here, so I don't know the streets as well as just reading a map. I was picked up before I ever even got in there.
Why do you want to be with her so badly?
I mean,
As this person lifts their face to be able to fully see the true shape of their features, you can see that this is a relatively hideous person by objective standards. Think like Quasimodo style, eyes not level, proportions of the face. This is not
conventionally attractive person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's what's on the inside that matters, John. Gosh.
And unfortunately, he's also rotten on the inside.
Yeah.
It's the guy from 300. I totally get it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Brother got black-pilled.
Go ahead.
When you're left hard, sometimes the easy way out is to stop thinking about it.
Sometimes you just want a place to belong.
What's your name, friend?
As we've already stated, we are not friends. We do not go for the same goal, and while I've shared more information than you deserve, my name is not for you.
All right, I just wanted something to put in the history books when you save us all.
You're sorely mistaken. I think I'm done talking here.
I got some good information, Miss Wren, if you're ready to go.
Yeah. Before she leaves, Rin will pull down her mask just so he can, see her face, and she will, touch his face and say, it was always okay.
As you start to speak, spit flies towards your face. And it's a poor attempt. Being as dehydrated as they weren't able to muster enough of a phlegm or a concentrated amount of fluid to be able to make it worthwhile for them, not for you. You just feel a few spittle droplets.
Like a spritz.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Refreshing, even.
thank you. I'm sorry it had to be this way for you. I hope you find something better. And Rin's ready to walk out then.
You're not better than me.
Keep walking.
Rin gives him one turn back. Never said I was.
The moment we get outside, the moment the door closes, Arson's gonna turn to that guard. Why are you guys torturing this man? He could be the key. We need to get healers out here. We need to get him fed. He might be the cure to this disease. He's basically immune. Why is nobody out here researching this?
It's above my pay grade. I don't know.
All
I
right,
don't-
well, we're going to go talk to somebody. Do not hurt him any farther. We need him healthy and alive.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything we can do to make him healthier. He's out of his mind.
He doesn't need a bond. We just need his whatever immunity he's got to this. Come on, Miss Friend, we got to go talk to somebody in charge.
I agree. Mortimer, maybe. Or the Queen.
I would start with the Queen if she's available. Let's go, and we'll rush off.
To the people in charge.
Yeah!
Hopefully, she's available.
Alrighty. Still within the same building, easy enough to get to. The Queen spends a lot of her waking time in the throne room, accepting visitors that give her feedback on the goings-on of the town and their ventures outside of the capital. So you're able to enter into the throne room where she is sitting, and she looks out and greets you all as you enter to the chamber.
Rin gives a very polite bow.
No need
I'm gonna stand
or time
awkwardly
for
behind Rin.
formalities. Please, what news have you?
Well,
Go ahead.
we managed to speak to a prisoner that came in last night. The guards thought he should be infected, but they found it strange that he wasn't showing up on their rings as being poisoned. We think he might have a resistance to the fungus or maybe immunity. It may be worth it, instead of interrogating him, to have someone research him. We might be able to prevent further spread of this. In case, other avenues aren't available.
And she sits there and thinks for a few moments. Mortimer's been contacted. He's already taken what he needs. We had a small discussion this morning, actually. He came through and after he had collected some samples. And well, we don't know if this would be a widely used solution, but it could be a preventative measure for select few. He's going to
until we can get it mass produced. But Your Majesty, he was treated really poorly. Let's avoid that in the future.
This is a time of war.
I understand.
And sometimes during war times, we must do.
I'm not saying not to torture other people. I'm saying that this particular person is important to possibly our salvation. I'm not.
Torture's fine.
naive.
This guy, no. But torture in general, totally fine.
I understand. I don't like it. I understand it.
We only tortured enough to get the information that we needed. He has been treated, well as a prisoner should be treated, as far as today goes. We got the information. No additional beatings have been given.
We understand.
He's had a hard life. He's miserable. He's a victim of circumstances and a little misguided. But he could be the key.
Only time will tell, and we don't have much time.
I know, we gotta find the others. Let them know what we found.
Find out what they know.
When
We
will you
appreciate
be
your time.
going to the front lines?
Probably first thing tomorrow morning.
Whenever we're
We're a little beat up from some defending the city a little.
Okay. Thank you for the information. Keep me posted. And she turns to some advisors that were interrupted by your presence, but
Zowie.
no, you can tell that they realized that what you potentially had to say was far more important than what they were currently discussing, and
Even though it wasn't.
yeah.
But it was just, they already
They'd already discovered it, yeah.
Okay. So, for the sake of getting the group back together, we'll say both the conversations lasted about the same time. So, if you are heading back out of the castle to go anywhere, the group would be reunited as you're exiting the castle doors.
Hey, how was Gannerhast?
There is so much crazy stuff going on. And I just relayed the entire story.
Which
Just-
was? What happened?
That sounds real unreliable.
That the sacrifices being made, the circle and everything. That, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like going to the front line is going to be our best choice to slow things down, give them some more time.
They just have no idea what they're doing. But we have a quick way to get to Knightwood, and hopefully we can stop it. And they don't need to work anymore with that.
We possibly found a cure, or at least a preventative measure. They have a prisoner who's immune.
Yeah.
Who's immune?
Immune?
Possibly.
He's tried to take the fungus and it doesn't stick, according to him.
So if we can replicate that, if the
Oh.
mages and the clerics can replicate that, then we won't need sacrifices.
That's crazy, and he just happened to... He's not infected?
He
Nah,
tried to
he-
become
well, I mean-
infected.
He wants to be real bad.
But how do you know he's not already?
We talked to him.
And the guards checked with their purple dragon rings.
You didn't
Remember
do
how
a
that
spell
stuff
or
closed?
anything to figure it out? No? Well, I
just looked at-
suppose...
Mortimer's on that, so we just need to give him some time.
Yeah.
And he's not lying about that, then, you're sure?
The guard? I don't think the guard would lie to us about whether or not someone was
No,
infected.
the spy, the insurgent who came in here trying to do gods know what.
He tried to break into the lockup because he wanted to be infected.
Is that the easiest way to become infected? If you could just run out into the woods, or well, I guess it's quarantine. Maybe you couldn't get past the guards. Well, there's the corpses at the gates, right? From those who tried to get in.
I don't think that matters right now. What matters is I think time is of the essence, and if we can stop Zuckmoy from, well, if we stop the ritual, I think that's our best bet to ward things off.
Well, yeah, but that sounds pretty important. If you know,
Yeah, but
things
that's
go
not in
wrong.
our skill set, Mr. Herc.
Well, yeah, but it's good to know
So
about it.
somebody else is doing it while we're gonna go.
Could
But we're a little
be
bit
good
tapped.
news to bring to the front and boost up morale, right?
Absolutely.
That's a good point.
Except for the fact that it might be false promises.
Well, it sounds like Mortimer's on it, so if anyone can figure it out quickly, it's him.
Yeah, so I think we should get some rest and then we should head out as soon as we're ready. We gotta prepare a little.
Lathander might be mad at me for saying so, but sometimes that's all hope is. You know, ever have one of those days?
My entire life, Herc.
But it's a good mental trick. Sometimes you gotta tell yourself you're the best to be the best. Not that I know anything about that. Anyway, are we ready? You feel bathed and rested and
No, Herc, we had a
Curiosity's
fight like an
satisfied?
hour ago.
that was a warm-up.
I mean, the time at Tennis was nice, but that's not enough for me to, you know, be able to.
It would be best to be at our full strength before we
We don't know what
dive
we're walking
headfirst into
into.
this.
I'm ready.
Are you?
Herc.
You used a lot of healing earlier today.
Just so the timeline is clear, it is still like barely midday. Like it might be noon at this point.
I thought we took baths and stuff.
We did take baths, but
Yeah,
we had
but
brunch
yeah.
and we took baths.
we had
You-
Dawn fight and then your mother and now the castle, and it's been like half a day.
Yeah, the
Honestly, it felt like we were there for almost 3 hours.
yeah, no, you're good. Yeah,
Okay, all right. Yeah, I guess so, but I mean, it's not like. I mean, there's got to be shifts over there once we get there. We'll be able to rest.
But we don't know that. Our best bet is to rest here while we know we can.
All right, so time is of the essence, but we should rest here first.
Well, if we go in unprepared, that would just decrease our odds of survival.
Well,
and
let's hurry up and rest then. Let's relax.
Yes, Mr. Herc, let's do that.
Okay, well, are we going back to Tennis then, or are we staying at the baths here?
I mean, we can stay in the castle, or we can go back to Tennis. Doesn't matter to me.
Yes. What does everyone want to do?
As long as we get rested, it doesn't really matter much to me one way or the other.
Do you prefer the castle to Tennis?
Do you want us to go to tennis?
We can rest at Tennis.
Yeah,
What
let's,
is all
let's do
these-
that.
All the rooms
Questions.
are open.
I'm asking questions, and they're being answered with questions.
Riker just
Do
starts
you,
going.
do
in the
you
direction
want to
of
see your
Leonard.
mother again?
Yes. Fine,
Okay,
I'm going to
then
Tennis.
we're going.
Let's
Yeah,
go
yeah,
to Tennis.
Riker's already
you
like
can all
halfway-
go
is
where
already
you
across
want.
the street
Should
going to
we-
tennis.
Let's decide when we should meet. How long do you all need to rest?
Approximately 8 hours, Herc.
which
8 hours.
in
So
order
we-
to
we-
get your
we-
8 hours rest, just to be clear,
gonna
you're
get
gonna have
there
to
at-
wait. Go ahead, Herc.
At the 9th bell, the 9th afternoon bell.
The evening
just
bell.
before
the
sunset.
nighttime
Should be
bell.
military time
Before
bells.
sunset. just
The
before
21st
sunset.
hour.
21st bell, pretty much.
Do they have clocks here? I don't know. What is their
They say
timekeeping
bells. It's
system?
bells.
It's a sundial.
Bells?
Yeah.
What do they base the
That's
bells
in our
off
slang
of? Do they have a
guide.
giant sand
That
clock
isn't our
that they
slang
turn?
guide.
Guys, we've got clockwork. Clockwork exists. There's watches.
Oh,
That's
perfect. There we go.
it's a 12-hour,
Fantastic.
It's also
24.
like, you know,
I don't
the
have one.
sun. That's how I
That's some
figured it
rough
out.
watches.
Moss
Not
on the
right
trees
there.
in the sun.
All right. Just
Just before
mechanically,
sunset.
for you guys to know, while you want to take a long rest, you just finished your long rest less than 6 hours ago. You're gonna have to wait a long time
Fighting is tiring, though, to be fair.
before you take another long rest. So
Is there anything in the city we want to do then?
City's on lockdown.
I know.
I don't know. I want to hear more about this patient because even though time is of the essence, we have time to kill.
Herc, are you looking to get yourself killed? You want to walk in underprepared for all chaos because
Underprepared.
you
I'm
can't
looking,
wait a few hours? I mean,
I'm
it's
looking
gonna
to
still
help.
be a fight.
A few hours. It's almost half a day. And yes, I feel strong.
I don't think that I'm stronger than an entire army. I know that our strength will help, but only if we have strength.
I feel strong right now. I could go ahead. I was talking to them about it earlier.
So why didn't you? You feel so strongly about it.
They insisted that it was best that we all go together.
I agree
now I'm
with
think-
that.
Now I'm thinking maybe I will go.
Okay.
See what I can do. I think it
How
might
about
be,
this?
if time is of the essence, then I want to go be as much help as I can,
How about
as
this?
soon as I can.
We can go there in a supervisory role in the beginning. Give everybody an opportunity to hop off and get those fresh legs. We could still scope out the thing then.
Riker said that the battlefield was crazy and there were no rest to be had. I don't know why you
there's-
guys would think that we could go
there has
there
to
and
be
then
an
rest.
encampment. Like the encampment can't be completely overrun, can it?
I don't know. That's the point. We'd be going in unknown and unprepared.
All right, Riker.
And it could
I'm
be
gonna-
getting overrun as we're talking.
I'm
And we
gonna have to ask you: can you communicate with your father?
What about using the orb?
Can I communicate with
I
my father?
could do
Probably
it.
not. Message only works in 125 feet. But we do have the orb, like Bria said.
yeah, use the orb.
There's also, you know, from growing up at home, that in your father's office early on, before your relationship was super torn, that he always keeps a sending stone on him, and the match always left in his office for any time anybody wanted to reach him. There was always a personal through line to him. So if you wanted immediate ease of access, you could go to your home and use the sending stone, but you could also use the orb to check in on them as well.
Riker's like, I was like, well, there is there is a sending stone. I guess if you really need me to reach out, I can.
Well, that
Or
would
do you
give
want one of
an
us to do it?
No, it's probably best I do it.
All right, just try not to say Daddy over the sending stone. We're all listening as well.
Just completely ignoring her at this point.
Relatively close by, heading to the Morahan estate. Now vacant, outside of just general housekeepers that could be inside. But you're able to make your way in and make your way to the familiar office that you haven't been in quite some time. And
I imagine like
Has anything
nothing has
changed, Riker?
changed since I'm a kid.
it is the same.
I
A
figured.
man that has devoted himself to the Cormyrian military. He keeps everything very strict, very neat, tidy, and everything has been in the exact same place. And as you walk around the desk and into the familiar drawer, you pull it out. You see that the sending stone is exactly where it always has been.
So is this one of the ones where I only get 25 words?
Yeah, is it equivalent to the sending spell, or is it different?
Yeah, it's 25 word.
Okay.
Oh, rough.
Okay. So
Yeah, but it's unlimited usage, right?
Yeah, I
we're
believe
only
so.
going to be asking, like, does he need us there immediately, or can it wait till tomorrow? I think is kind of the big question here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And how is the stability of the camp right now? Like, hey, if we could bring some provisions with us.
But
And
also,
then
like,
rest.
how much faith does your father have in our capabilities? Does he even know that we returned successful from our adventure?
I
Does
mean,
he
there
be
is
like
trust
my
you?
my
There's
son
one
that I
way to
have no
find out.
faith- Yeah, okay. He
Okay.
seems like he might be a proud man.
Oh, great, my idiot son is calling. Hold on.
Yeah, offering help. Well,
Sorry,
I'm
guys,
getting my ass
I
kicked.
can't help you on the battlefield. My fucking loser of a son is calling. All right. Riker will grab the sending stone, take a very deep breath, and I need to think about how I'm going to word this because I only have 25 words. Okay. So, starts out, Edwin, it's Lucian. We're coming to help. How bad are things? You need us now, or is tomorrow fine?
18, pretty good.
Anything else with your last 7?
I'm leaving it there.
I'm tired,
you, Dad.
Papa.
We are strong.
Drunk.
The less Riker speaks to his father, the better. So 18 is perfectly fine.
I love you, Dad. Before.
Nope.
I miss you, Daddy.
it's more like,
that
"Fuck
sentence
you,
is not
Dad."
in his vocabulary.
A few moments go by.
Ah!
Yeah, one word.
No, it's 2 words. Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
Chit.
A few moments go by, and as you look at the stone, kind of engraved with a mouth and an ear, and you watch as the mouth begins to expand and grow and start to form the words, you hear your father's voice coming forth through it. Son, things are bad. We're barely holding on. If you're back, I hope that means you were successful. I'd take help sooner than later.
So wait, so can only I hear this, or can we all hear this?
You can all hear it. The stone speaks out to the
Speakerphone.
room. Yeah, speakerphone.
Speakerphone. Cell phone.
Hi, Dad, you're on speaker.
And while normal sending stones can only typically be used once per dawn, this one had been enchanted, especially for him when you were young, as a constant throughput.
So unlimited uses, baby.
Riker's face just goes like pale, and he just says, "Oh, that's bad." If he's admitting that things are bad, it's worse than that. I really think we need to go now.
Okay.
All right. Do we need an escape plan or an extraction plan? Can we get a scroll of teleportation here and come back with the key members to, like, your father would probably be key in the defense of the city if it comes to that.
I
When it
suppose
comes
maybe
to
we can ask Ganrahast.
I mean,
Yeah, let's go.
don't we have to go back there anyway?
Yeah.
Or any of the other war wizards around here that... I mean, we're the Queen's personal adventuring crew right now, basically. I know we haven't received any kind of official titling around that, but throw some weight.
Well, let's go and ask. They
Let's
probably
go.
have
We go
something.
back towards where Ganrahast was, try to find a war wizard.
Give us your
not,
scroll,
then
nerd.
we try to interrupt him again and say that we're gonna go and we're gonna try to retrieve the commander and probably Lady Eleanor Thond and anybody else who would be important who's over there and bring them back safely. If we can't overturn the tide.
With this understanding, Riker, you would know that, I mean, in this probably pretty apparent when I say this, while your father values life, he would rather die on the battlefield than retreat and leave his crew to die in his stead, knowing that he didn't do everything that he could to keep them all alive. For as much hatred that he might outwardly display towards certain things that you have done in your life, he has a weird way of showing compassion, and that is definitely one of them. That he would not ask somebody to do something that he wouldn't do himself.
Well, Mr. Erg, I mean, we might be able to take some people out, but it's not going to be Edwin. He's there for the long haul.
Oh, he's one of those types, huh? Well,
Unfortunately,
maybe we can convince him.
no, you can't.
Right.
I think Herc means kidnap him, but
Well, good luck with that, but also that it's not going to go well.
guess it depends on how injured he is.
As I said, have fun with that.
I'll give it my best shot if it comes to that.
But like, we can still ask, like, for one, in case like we or other people need to get out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Alrighty. You all make haste back to Ganrahast Tower, and you are able to easily make your way through the crowd of war wizards, now talking more frantic amongst themselves, having not really left the same position as what the three of you saw last you were there. Do you bypass them and continue up the tower?
Yeah.
Want
this
to try
seems
to
important.
listen to anything that they might be saying.
Go ahead and give me. Well, I think with a passive perception, I'll give you this much. If you want to roll active to see if you hear any more. It's been an hour. I can't believe we haven't heard anything from them yet. They were supposed to be down here to talk about the lottery. Who they were going to allow to help participate in the ritual. Another person chimes in. I think it's best that we trust Ganrahast on this. He always has our best interests at heart. And that's what you hear as you're passing by if you just continue to go through. Okay. I imagine you continue to head up the tower and you make your way into the room where Ganrahast and Arvinhast are still bickering amongst themselves, talking about the situation.
Sorry to interrupt, but we're going. We're all here. We're going. It sounds like it's bad over there. So we'll try to bring back Lord Moorhand, but it sounds like he might rather go down fighting. We'll do our best. Wish us luck.
Hold on. Why would you ever...
Riker just speaks up. He says, I told him the situation. He doesn't quite believe that Edwin wouldn't go down without a fight, but that's beside the point. We're ready to go, but should things turn south and we need to evacuate at least some people, is there any kind of spell or scroll you have available in case we need it?
Let me be
Scroll would probably be ideal.
I will give you a scroll for you to evacuate yourselves. But you are not under any sort of command or authority to be able to evacuate any of the Purple Dragon Knights or War Wizards that are at that encampment. They are the only wall protecting the rest of the realm from being overrun. They know what they signed up for. They will be there until we either are victorious or their death.
Fine, that's fine. We'll just take one for each of us then.
Believe that one scroll might be sufficient for all of us.
Is that a legal thing you just talked about?
Do you say that out loud? Like,
Yeah.
are you saying it loud enough to where they could overhear you, or is that just kind of a whisper to...
Yeah.
Listen. It's apparent that you've never even thought of enlisting in any sort of military or defense. This situation is dire. There are no tactical retreats. For every inch that we give them, they will take a mile.
And just so I can understand, if we can salvage a seasoned commander to help us in the fight to come, that's bad because...
Kirk, you're not going to convince them. Many have tried.
I get the... I don't know. I guess I get the glory of going down in the fight, but I thought we're trying to be as smart as we could about this.
As... Were you around them when you said Hail Mary earlier?
Who, me?
It was
Riker
the
was-
person
fellas.
standing.
Boys were there.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you were
it was
here
the
when you said it.
Yeah.
And he says, as Riker put it, this is a Hail Mary. It's a last-ditch effort. Anybody that we retreat from there is just going to allow that many more casualties. And when you're talking about this type of foe that absorb the dead and make their numbers stronger, a tactical retreat is going to give them more of an army that we could ever hope to fight again later.
By not giving them more corpses? If they start to get overwhelmed, wouldn't it be best to tactically retreat to reduce losses? And
all
buy
of the
us as
other
much
smaller
time as possible?
all of the other smaller towns and all of the other smaller cities, they would be left for dead.
They will be as soon as they're wiped out. If we're coming back to the city to hold out at the city as long as we can,
then they would just run amok across the entire realm until they had the numbers to crush us. The only thing stopping them from doing that now.
Time's being out. And that's our only shot. So as much people as we can have here in this city. Only if you fail have we failed. So we have to give you as much time as possible. If we die, so be it. I'm not going to do so senselessly, without giving you the best shot that I can.
You do what you think you must. You are not beholden to the same laws as the oaths that were sworn by the Purple Dragon Knights or the War Wizards.
That's what I needed to hear. Let's go.
And he hands you a scroll of teleportation.
Who can use this? I don't know how to do this.
I think Riker, Rin, and somehow Sammy is able to use
I mean,
it.
is it just any spellcaster, or do you have to have a spell slot of the level to do it?
You have to have the spell in your spell list.
Yeah, it's just spell in the spell list.
Okay.
And Sammy's got it.
Incredible.
Anyways. All right. And with that, he will twist the contraptions on his desk and allow the teleportation device in the corner of his circular room to light up. It's a corner because there's bookcases and desks and things, okay? And allow you all
It's a
to...
round corner.
Yes, a round corner. Allow you to step into and head to the encampment. Is this what you wish?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's what we're doing.
Going down. Here we go.
Let me double check
Let's
this
begin the
message.
roller coaster.
Memes or whatever. Who do we got? All these squares make a circle. True. Anytime I think of a circle, I don't know if you remember, I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
Oh, yes.
But
God,
Rob Schneider, when they were getting married, he goes on a little monologue about a circle, and everything ties back to it. You'll have to watch it after the show. Anyways, you step into the teleportation circle and are warped through to the encampment. And while you are relatively deep in tents and surrounded by purple dragon knights, you can hear the carnage in the distance. You can see anyone, even remotely near you, covered in blood, dirt, weary, even those that are quickly eating and wincing at the, a death cry in the distance. What do you do now that you're at the encampment?
What is the range of our teleport? How many people could we take?
8. Within
That's
30
it?
feet. Or like 10 feet. 10 feet, yeah, 8. Maximum 8.
And you can only use it once.
All right. Let's find your father first, or should we just head straight in a direction and do
No,
what we can?
let's.
I
find
believe
Edwin
the
first.
plan was to find a place to hold up and assess the situation and rest.
Well, we need to. Best way to assess the situation is to find Edwin. He'll know more about what's going on than anyone else here.
All right. How do we do that?
looking around, like any indication of where he might be? Like, is there like a larger tent
Where's
than
the-
others?
Where's the biggest tent?
Yeah, you're able to easily spot it. In fact, the teleportation circle that sent you here, you are in a relatively open space, and as you kind of look around surveying, you can see that there is a large tent directly behind you that is more decorated to probably hold your father.
That looks like a commander's tent right there.
Let's go.
As you start walking towards a commander's tent, one of the purple dragon knights rush up to you all and, out of breath, are they sending reinforcements?
We're it.
You've got to be kidding me. We cannot keep this up.
That's why we're here. We're hoping we can help put a stop to it.
The city's being bombarded. They can't spare anybody.
They're working on something. Just
Okay.
Couple
we have to
somethings.
buy them as much time as we possibly can. Look, we're looking for the commander. I'm assuming he's not at the front lines. He's in the tent over there, right?
Only briefly. He was somewhat wounded. He's being tended to by the clerics before he goes return to battle.
Thank you, soldier.
Steps away.
Reinforce any lines and just hold out as long as you can.
We're doing our best. And he continues off in the direction, holding a small hunk of what appears to be dried meats. And you all approach the tent and enter. And you can find Edwin with his pauldrons kind of off to the side, and clerics tending to an ugly gash on his shoulder. And as he sees you all step in.
Remember my dog-sized dragon, or my horse-sized dragon.
Yes. Okay. Coming in, and he looks at you all. Did they send anybody else with you?
No, we're all you have.
All right then.
Look,
that-
how are we gonna stop what's going on here?
Well, I didn't think we'd be seeing anything like this for quite some time. And he looks back at Arceus. Can that thing fly?
Yeah.
Do you think it could do some sweeping runs and torch some lines? Create a barrier, giving our people some time to rest, forcing them to be able to, I don't know, maybe be able to retreat for just a small moment, get back behind the barricade walls.
I could see if Ardu would be willing to do that. I'm not sure he's got the firepower to do all of that, but he could definitely try.
You got oil? Did you plan for this already, or?
No, I just, improvising.
Do we have any oil? Can we put some down to help this plan along? They are weak to fire.
Well, I suppose we have been planning it out a little bit. We've been trying to chop down trees that are close to our encampment to prevent the fire from being able to spread back into our base, to where if it did fan out, at least it would be somewhat controlled, even going towards Knightswood if needed. But we do have oil. We've used our catapults to launch some towards the tree itself.
Catapults.
Yes, catapults, ballistas, anything. Flying creatures, these rot flies, large sacks with just vile... It's terrible.
What do they do? They spit it at you?
Whatever their mucus or whatever comes into decays rapidly. Anyways, their spittle doesn't really reach very far. It's really dangerous if they get there.
Is it pointless to hit them with an axe? Do axes melt under that?
They normally don't get close enough for us to be able to do that. The archers tend to take them out and they fall.
Okay.
The biggest threat right now is some hulking beast. Anybody that we send towards him, he just throws to the side, laughing maniacally as their bodies crumple around trees. He seems to be almost... He's not even advancing. He's just standing out there as if a challenge, waiting for us to try to push forward.
Okay, well, maybe that's our first opportunity.
If it's not advancing, I don't really see it as a threat.
Maybe it's holding something for something else to come by.
I think it might just be the hammer that does the final dig on the nail.
Well,
We
if
could
it's
try to
not
take it out, but-
advancing, it might be worth it.
Is it possible to advance without taking on the giant, or is that the main barrier right now?
Isn't advance even possible?
It's hard to describe.
Will it interfere with any sort of plan to put a barrier between you and them?
I don't think so.
I think we focus on the barrier. Anything that we can do to help the
Yeah.
troops right now.
Ardu's not at full strength, so if he gets hit by anything, he's gonna go down pretty quick.
Well, this plan with barricades and trees and fire that you had, so you have oil, but was oil part of the plan to light the fires? Or has that been used mostly with the catapults and ballista?
Typically with the catapults for bombarding the tree.
So we could put some oil out with the catapults, and then Ardu could just light a spark, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, originally I was just, upon first glance, I was hoping it does look small for a dragon, but I was hoping that its breath attack could, I don't know, thin the numbers of the small ones.
Can you communicate with Ardu, like, mind?
He can hear you. He's right here.
I mean, but I don't know what Ardu's saying.
I mean,
Every
I speak
time I say, hello,
Draconian,
Ardu, how are
but-
you doing? I can kind of tell when he's hungry, that's about it.
You're well aware, but Ardu doesn't necessarily have the capability of doing large, sweeping breath
yeah, I know.
attacks. And they would communicate as such, and you could have your little dialogue between the two of you.
Yeah.
But so is she talking to Ardu out loud in some kind of draconic tongue, or is it like
Yeah.
a mental? Oh, you are talking. It's out loud.
It's out loud and draconic.
I understand.
I do too then.
Yep. I guess
Wait,
I've
you
talked to him in
just-
draconic this entire time. I don't have a mental leak with Ardu.
I thought it was a mental link,
Nope.
but that's good to know. All right.
Wait, so you guys could have been talking to Ardu this whole time, too.
Yes.
Could have.
Sarah could
Just
have been.
not Rin and her.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
if you need any scouting reports too, like that's something Ardu sounds like Ardu could do. Is there any area you need more information on?
Who currently has attunement to the orb of whatchamacallit?
The Orb of Scrying? Right?
Yes, that one.
Yeah, he just used it.
Okay.
I
no,
use
he
it
never
as
did.
sending
No.
system.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah,
Correct,
he
yeah.
is still
I-
the one who's attuned to it, I think.
I think someone gave it back to Riker last session, so I think he still has it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it sounds right.
Riker, is there any
Yeah.
chance that you might be able to scry in on the lot that is above the tree? see what the situation is now.
Does it have to be? I think it has to be someone specific, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it has to be a person.
I can't just go. I can't just go to a location. I don't think.
Actually,
What
hold on.
about Quintus?
Let me double check.
I could. I could try Quintus.
Yeah, Quintus, Calliope is up there.
Sorry,
I don't
guys.
know Calliope as well, but
I do.
Quintus, that I feel like a Quintus scene happened.
We did,
where,
yes.
like we saw
Yeah.
him get.
he
Yeah,
like,
turned into like Monster Boy.
did we all
Yeah.
see that, or was that in somebody else's scene and I
That
did
was
not
in a-
witness that?
That
It
was
was,
in
I
the
think
orb.
Sammy did it in the
Yeah,
orb.
Sammy saw it and he was describing
it.
to us what he was seeing.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, I mean, Quintus is. Don't you think that kind of sounds like that giant thing he described? I mean, it could be different. Quintus
thought
is
that
a
I
thing you
had-
could do.
Well, the thought crossed my mind. I mean,
That might be
makes
good
sense.
information anyway.
Mhm.
Go for it.
Could tell us how smart this giant is.
All right. I will.
The giant Quintus?
We don't know
We're
yet.
checking. We're checking.
That's the
I will
idea.
use the
Probably.
crystal ball of true seeing and go to Quintus.
It's wisdom save 17, right?
Yes.
They fail. Okay.
That's a good sign. That's a good start. That's a
Yeah.
good start.
As
You see nothing.
no, you see him standing alone at a crossroads. Squarely in the center of a dirt path branching off into 5 different directions, surrounded by corpses. Blood splattered everywhere. This is the scene that your father was painting. Looking around, surveying, you can see the trees, some purple dragon knights wrapped around them as they had been probably hurled with great force. And he is just standing there.
Yep, that's Quintus.
All right.
He is huge. Both
Okay.
mechanically and
Okay, I was gonna say like
Yeah.
he's big, but is it like Jack Reacher big, or is he like a house big now? So
Fucking Hulk size.
yeah.
Hey,
In
big.
my mind, when thinking about the transformation, I was imagining like a Hulk type glow up.
Yeah, the monster. It's Quintus.
Well, if we kill him, then
one
we
moment,
kill
let
her
me.
general.
What's the range on the truce? Is it 30 feet? It has to stay within.
I have true sight with a range of 120 feet centered on the orb, or like where I like seeing him.
Okay. How close would you be?
I mean,
his butt.
I'd be like right above him, like looking down, so fairly close. I would say within 15 feet.
Okay, within 15 feet. Okay. Thank you for that.
Yep.
As he's standing there looking out, he kind of cricks his neck a little bit and glances up, and then truly looks up, and you can see him almost staring directly into you.
Hot.
And his deep voice calls out, "I can see you."
I stop scrying and I throw the orb.
Come, little bug.
No,
And
thank
just
you.
like-
No, thank you.
potato.
Riker's just like, okay. That's never happened before.
What happened?
So you know when you look through the orb, you can look down at people?
Uh-huh.
Quintus looked up at the orb.
Like at you.
Yes, he knew someone was spying on him.
Ooh. And you say that it can't normally do that.
It's the first time I'm seeing it.
You've looked.
Didn't happen to me. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess
Well,
he's spying that way.
It makes sense that he'd be powerful, I suppose, but still. Look, maybe our best chance to stop this is to confront him.
After that, you want to confront him? Holy hell, Striker! Yes!
I don't want to, but I think it's our best chance to stop whatever's going on here.
I thought you were going to be scared because he'd done something that seems incredibly powerful and we have no idea about. But you want to fight him.
I am scared and I don't want to fight him, but I think it's our best option.
Is it the smartest choice, though?
Well, what other choices do we have?
I mean, he's not doing anything yet.
But
just as a point of clarity, because I didn't read to the very end of the spell, I thought it would have been towards the beginning. At the very last sentence of the scrying spell says, instead of targeting a creature, you can choose a location you have seen before and use this as a target of the spell.
I did not do that. Okay.
I didn't read the entire thing, and it's literally the very last line.
Okay.
But it's a location you have to have seen before.
Yeah.
But like we've been to Knightswood before.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you guys have all fought at the top of the tree before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Right.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, then we
We
all
fought
jumped off
Quintus.
with a feather fall and shit,
Yeah.
and then yeah,
It was after we all did drugs at the base of the tree.
there you go.
And by all, I mean just Herc and Ren.
Wrecker looks at Edwin and just says, if we can stop Quintus, do you think the situation will be under control?
No. But this might be our best bet to take him out.
I mean, I think that if we stop Quintus, we give everyone a chance to breathe. But I don't think it ends this fight.
If I'm being honest,
saying?
from what our scouts have shown in their failed attempts to get beyond him, sometimes being tracked down all the way to the tree, sending their message as they're taking their last breaths. There's not much defense at the tree itself. It seems that the majority of the horde, as soon as they're coming out, go straight to the front lines. And that's why we are not able to make any grounds. If you were able to somehow get past him, you would probably be able to get to the tree unhindered.
Understood. So I think it's really our best shot to try to beat him.
And then make a break for the portal? Try to disrupt it somehow?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we
two
take...
teleportation scrolls.
Or 3.
Or
Or 4. Or like a bag of them. One was
bushel
really
of
short-sighted.
teleportation scrolls.
They probably could have had another to spare. That's right. Damn.
Well, they might have mages in camp. There's war wizards here.
Yes, we do have war wizards.
Yeah, but they don't know how to kidnap people.
Who are you trying
Forget
to
I said
kidnap?
anything. It's a half-orc joke. Sorry, just getting my nerves. Anyway, why don't we do that scouting with Ardu and maybe try to put up those flames? Let's go talk to the catapults and get some oil out there in the right places. And then, once we make a report, fire off, we go face Quintus.
Yeah, that sounds about as good a plan as any.
All right, give me a quick moment. I need to use the restroom. So we'll take a quick fiver and be back.
Go piss, girl.
Yeah, a little piss, baby.
What that pee-pee do?
I thought you were Morahan for a second, and that's he was excusing himself.
Oh my god, that would be fantastic.
Oh my god, I'm so nervous about this.
Dude, I'm excited. Like, out of character, I'm excited. I want to fight
yes,
this guy.
excited,
Yeah.
but like,
Yeah.
I got 2 spells.
Yeah.
Going in
So-
real half-cocked here.
I guess really quick question then. Would you two have given me those spells?
I gave you the barbs. I checked
Okay.
off.
Oh, were you
my
taking it?
spells.
Actually, I wanted to meme, but let me see if I have. Yeah, you can do that.
As long as it's not draining you guys too bad. So,
I mean, I'm already pretty drained.
theoretically, I could probably talk to one of the war wizards to be like, "Hey, buddy, tap me up."
Yeah, but
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
Bria, I have something for you.
you?
Because I still got some spell slots. Riker does have a Pearl of Power, and that can get you back up to a 3rd level spell.
I just have to attune to
That's
that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, war wizards really are like vending machines.
All right.
Well, we got to get our
Yeah, so
teleportation
while we're
scrolls
scouting, I
and
can
our
attune
spell
to
slots.
that.
All right. So,
But anyway, I need to
let
go
me talk
pee,
to
so I'll be
John
right back.
and see if he would let me retro that and see if I can use a war wizard to tap me up or dab me up or whatever.
No, I
it
think
is
you have
that
to
the
take
kids
the
say.
horse.
Horse it. Get horsed.
It's your destiny.
Nice to horse
I'll be
your
right back, too.
acquaintance.
Yes, but Joseph, you could probably smite with a 2nd level slot. You'll probably need
I'm also
to.
gonna go say hello to my boy. I already peed,
Okay.
so.
All right, go say hi. I'll be back.
So how you doing?
I don't love this. I don't love this at all.
No, I don't
Dude,
like it
I'm
one bit.
pumped. I am so pumped.
I would be pumped if we had gotten a long rest and I had spell slots and HP.
Dude,
Yeah,
it's all
whatever
about the
the
challenge,
opposite
though.
pumped is. Fake news.
I died already. I don't want to do it again.
Hey, but this time it's for your country.
I hate my country. They're imprisoning my parents for a stupid made-up rule that they made up.
What? Oh. Well, then that's gonna be a bummer.
They were out there sacrificing their entire life for this stupid city, and then they're punished for it. It's
Yeah,
so
no,
dumb.
but you don't understand.
I hate
Arv
it.
said they had to be punished.
Yeah, Orv. That kid can go fuck himself.
Wow. Big feelings.
Just the
I mean,
judge
Oh, like you
Certainly.
didn't
redhead.
know.
No, I get it. I fucking. That sucks.
Did you hate playing him too?
Those parts.
No,
especially.
we love Arv.
No, we don't.
No, we really
No,
don't.
we do.
No,
love
we
have an
really
entire-
don't.
We have an
Might.
entire Death to Arv subreddit that you're unaware of because
Oh
you don't
my
play those
God.
games.
I just
hate
post memes about how me and my homies hate Arv.
Yep.
Rin, like most things, was pretty neutral on Arv.
It's because Arv's little stick in the butt didn't get your parents imprisoned.
Rin ain't got parents, baby. She ain't got anybody.
If Arv can make us all feel such strong feelings, then Arv must be good.
At being a jerk.
That's why I love him.
Jesus.
I don't know, our personalities are clashing more and more between you and me, Herc and Arsis. Arsis
I don't know
hates
if you
the
know
idea of
this.
being here.
Herc's personality is clashing with Herc.
It's true.
Yeah, did you not see the existential crisis Rin gave him last episode?
But there's that, and then I love this episode where I said something like, it's like, let's hurry up and go die. Wait, we need an escape plan for when we go die. It's like, wait, what? Whiplash there.
Oh, I mean, Herc kind of jokes about going in and just having a glory, and like if he gets to the chance to have a glorious death, great.
It
But,
didn't
like,
feel like a
he's-
joke.
I mean, he's also concerned about things succeeding for everybody else, even if we all die.
He's,
Oh,
he's
we'll
a
just have
greater
to see
good
how
kind
things
of guy.
play out.
I mean, there's also the afterlife to consider.
I mean,
If
if
he
Riker went to
does
the
well,
afterlife,
like-
it kind of sucks.
Same. Not a fan. It was
Yeah.
gray and dark and
Yeah, but
Kinda
Herc's
lonely.
afterlife is gonna be chill as fuck.
It'll be
Probably.
better.
God's
yeah.
fighting over which afterlife he should hang out in.
Or maybe he gets to hang out. Maybe it's like
like a
split
divorced
where,
parent.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, like on the week he goes to one afterlife, then on the weekends he goes to another.
Well, hopefully, I don't hope the half work thing doesn't get in the way.
Nah,
I don't know.
Herc's a good boy.
Is he though?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
If he weren't, he wouldn't have been so stressed about himself being bad.
John, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Would it be a role or anything like that for me to try to convince any of these war wizards to try to pop off my ring? Or are they not interested in helping somebody out at this point?
Top off your ring?
So instead of using
it off.
Rin's spell slots, he could
Yes.
use theirs.
You would just have to try and see.
Also, I'm not sure. I don't think you heard this, but I'm giving my Pearl of Power to Rin.
Oh,
So while we're doing our scouting, she can attune and get another spell slot back.
Yep.
dang. Okie dokie.
I know, it was very chill of him.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't need spell slots nearly as much as you do, so it's all good. I got Eldritch Blast now. Everything is okay.
God bless.
That's the only spell you need.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so if I understand it correctly, you're exiting the tent, and I imagine Arsus and Ardu are probably going to attempt to set the firewall.
I can. What I can do, because obviously Ardu can't just fire breath. He doesn't do it like that. But what he can do is he can add fire essence to my arrow, and I can shoot the oil.
Ooh.
That would be good too.
Because yeah, his attack it literally says infuse strike.
Mm.
You can the attack that directs infuses the strike with its essence.
Does he ever get a breath attack when he's big boy? Maybe. Okay.
I'd have to look.
All right, so I'm gonna say for probably about the next 20 minutes or so, Arsus will be tied up with.
It's okay. She really doesn't want to go fight this guy. She's hurting.
Is it like a hit points thing?
Kind of. I mean, I'm mostly fine on the hit points. It's just I don't have any spell slots. I don't have a lot of resources. Ardu's on death's door. I mean, it's not a great time.
No, I get it. I didn't know if there was a cleric that could help you out to make.
Can you give me spell slots?
No, he can't give you any more spell slots, unfortunately.
But he could heal Ardu, maybe.
Yeah.
I've got some potions too.
I don't think Ardu works that way.
Ooh.
For potions. He's kind of like a summoned being. He's not like a regular.
Well, if you need some hit points too, I know you said you were mostly fine on that, but if you're under at all, it could be something.
At a level 11, he gets a breath weapon. And then I also get a breath weapon.
Ooh.
We're gonna see like 3 posts that I see immediately from comments say yes, a Drake Warden's Drake Companion can be healed by potions as well as spells, short rests, and hit dice.
Oh.
He doesn't have any hit dice though. Because its hit dice is based off of my proficiency bonus and level.
Does it get a bonus to HP based on something else as well? Like your con modifier or something like that?
No, five times your ranger level. That's it. That's all we get for that.
So it's got 5 hit dice.
Well, it's got
But it's more of a question
7 hit dice if it's based on my level.
It's basically like what die though do we use? As a D6, a D8, a D10?
Exactly. It's a D5 actually.
I mean, that'd be dope.
It's a one-sided die with a 5 on it.
I mean, the default is usually a D8, but I would leave that up to DM discretion.
Right. I mean, because it could just be my hit dice, but then am I expecting my hit dice to heal me and the Drake Warden, or do I have to expend my hit dice to heal the Drake Warden when I could just summon it again and use this first level spell slot and get it at full health?
Yeah.
So that seems really weird.
I'll have to dig into it a little bit more, but this post right here is saying,
because it's not a real animal; it's a spirit.
How messed up is he? Just out of curiosity.
He's got 12 hit points left.
And then you were 35?
40.
40.
I think.
The only reason the Drake Companion even gets hit dice is so it can self-heal during short rests.
Yeah, 40.
Monster hit dice are determined by creature size, which means the Drake Companion should start with a D6 hit die, which grows to a D8 at 7th level and doesn't become a D10 until your 15th level. So the hit die would be a D6, and the
It'd be
amount
D8
that you would
because I've already.
Because we're level
Oh,
7.
you're level 7, so yeah, okay. So it'd be a D8, and you'd have as many hit die as whatever it was your level plus your whatever.
Okay.
So yeah, they
So
would be able to heal the
short
full.
rest earlier.
Yep.
Yeah, I say dunk it.
While you're rolling hit dice,
Okay.
what else did the rest of you want to do?
As Wrecker hangs back in the tent, everyone exits, and he'll just go up to Edwin and just, an awkward stare for a few seconds. But then Wrecker just takes just a deep breath and says, "Look, I know there's a lot we don't agree on, but should something happen to you or to me, if it means anything, I want you to know, I hope things have been different."
You hoped things had been different?
That we weren't at each other's throats, that our relationship could have been better, that we could have been like a real father and son.
I mean, what did you want to do? Play catch in the park, or...
I don't know, not be forced into, well, you trying to force this lifestyle you have onto me. I mean, look at us. I'm not exactly bustling with muscles the way you are. I never was. I'm not physically strong. And you just never seem to understand that.
But look at what you've accomplished. You went out, even if it was in spite of me, and you accomplished something great. You found the echo of Netheril, and you're giving us a chance. And now you're here to help save what's left of our encampment. Listen, I may have always been hard on you. Expectations high, and even said some harsh things. But that's because I watched you from a little boy, and I watched what you were capable of. Whether I tried to push you into becoming a paladin or a purple dragon knight or joining the War Wizards College, it's because I saw such immense potential. And I felt that it would be wasted in the dungeons somewhere, studying cadavers. You're more talented than I could ever be. Everything that I have is because it was beaten into me by my father. Regardless of my words, I'm sorry that I haven't been able to express to you how proud I am of the accomplishments that you've made. And I don't take any credit for them. You did them on your own.
Well, I appreciate that. Again, I know we're very different people, but it's nice to know that despite what was said before, we have an understanding now, and I think that's a good thing. And like Riker just like awkwardly holds out his hand to shake.
He shakes it and squeezes it.
But look, just try not to die out there, please.
I don't want you to think about that for a second. Do not let death cloud your judgment.
I've dealt with death enough to know that sometimes it should.
That was a good one.
I'll take it into consideration.
I appreciate that. And thank you.
Don't thank me. We'll talk about it afterwards. I need my head clear. I need to be focused. Be safe. So we can have this talk later.
I'll do that. And yeah, we'll get things figured out later.
And he talks to one of the guards that is standing idly in his room. Follow them. Make sure they have everything that they need in the encampment. Make sure that their mission, whatever it is successful.
Does he say that to you?
Yay, cannon fodder!
He says that to just a general guard that was in the tent with him. Kind of
His name is Keith.
I was going to say Brody, but Keith works too.
Kyle.
General Guard Brody.
Bolton.
We just named like half of your camp for you.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Let me see.
Where is
Keith.
Staff Sergeant?
Brody.
Ilford.
Oh, Jeffrey, but spelled with a G instead of a J.
Oh, I love a
Pretentious
geography.
asshole.
Fucking gift bastard.
Okay. And as he kind of puts his, one of the guards puts their hand over their chest and nods. What do you need from me? How can I be of service? Talking to the rest of you.
Right now, just the situation around the camp, so we have a good idea of what we're working with, would be the first thing.
Right this way. He walks you hurriedly outside of the tent and gives you a lay of the land. Talks about where the infirmary is, the makeshift infirmary. Gives you a sense of where the main muster is for food that is meant to be grabbed in a hurry and returned to the front lines. Kind of goes over all the different areas of the camp that you could possibly need, and says that he's willing to escort you anywhere that you wish to go at a moment's notice.
Right. And then you wouldn't happen to know or be instructed in any sort of strategy that the Purple Dragon Knights have come up with against giants, would you? Or large monsters?
I believe that strategy has hit him hard.
We have ballistas at the main portion of the encampment. They're on a raised plateau that would allow them to easily pick them out should they get close enough within range. Right now, they're relatively useless. We can't use them on the main force of the army that's impending upon us. Too many of our own in the way. Not a clear enough of a shot. we've been using our catapults towards the back of the lines to be able to make it towards bombarding the tree itself with canisters of oil to potentially light the tree on fire.
So you said that you're not using them really right now?
No, there's no creatures. We use them on the rot flies should they come close enough if the archers aren't able to get them down.
Okay, do you think... I don't know, can we use them for the... We're gonna try to break past that giant thing. We're gonna try to take it out. We're best against a single powerful foe.
It's south side of the range. They're saying it's standing a few hundred yards beyond the range of our ballista.
Okay.
We can't move the ballista.
You could try, but it would lose its height advantage to be able to line of sight. And even then, trying to arc it through the trees is difficult.
I don't suppose anyone here's got a brilliant idea of how to lure it a few hundred yards from where it's at.
Your face might do it.
If we're
Because I'm that handsome.
being truthful,
Yeah.
we've sent people out there to try to put it into a frenzy and chase them back to camp, but all that's left is a trail of blood.
Okay. Anything else, gang? Any other thoughts?
How do you intend to break through the front lines? Have you thought of that?
Well, I think our big plan is to break the big ugly, and then
But he's behind the main forces.
Are there enough men to cause a distraction so we can get to the giant?
Maybe we just start helping overturn the tide? Sorry, this whole time I was under the impression that for some reason the giant thing was kind of just in one area and the front lines were like in another area. And that he was just kind of chilling like off to the side in a way.
Actually, if you could draw us a map of what's going on over there so we get a better idea, sounds like we have been misinformed.
Because we're not surrounded, or are we surrounded?
That was Papa.
Let me get a paint pad. Actually, let me just create a new page.
all right. So while you're doing that, I will probably begin trying to chat up any war wizard that I see.
Hey, baby, you want to give me a spell?
You come here often?
Hey, baby, you want to hit me up? Yo, yeah, I'm about to go slay this big guy, and I need your donation.
Oh, lay your spell on me, bad boy.
Y'all are
man.
See this ring?
wild.
See this ring? I could be taken by you tonight.
You could loot my body if I were to die. That's.
Okay.
You know what? We can make plans for 10 days from now.
7.5.
Plenty of time.
It's an investment. Tomorrow I'll give you back a second level spell.
Give me a second.
I think
Dynamic light.
Joseph missed the
They
point
won't
that
know.
Sammy will be dead.
Can you guys see the map? That it's just a giant green piece.
Green? Yes.
Green.
You see the green.
Grinch.
Okay.
Green.
All right. So
And John, I know that you're an amazing artist, so I'm looking forward to this.
yeah, we're gonna have to see how this works. So freehand. Okay.
Oh, I see the field.
Yeah.
It's very green.
Why is
Where's the river?
that is so wild? Okay, no, I don't want that.
I
Whoa!
think it's behind that bush.
What's her name?
I think this is postmodern.
I don't know why
Yeah, I
it's
think I've
trying to
seen a
fill
painting like
in.
this
I don't
before.
want it to be. I don't want it to fill.
Can't you just draw a line?
It wouldn't let me.
What?
Okay, we're good now.
Tools.
Yeah, I got it.
Right.
Okay, so
There you
here
go.
is our giant tree with its fucking roots. Okay, tree.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have around the entire perimeter of the tree, we have
Ice cream.
tents.
Ah,
Okay, lots of tents
got
in
the
the
tree
woods,
surrounded.
Okay.
And these are the knights and the wizards, right?
Yep. So
Oh, we have them surrounded.
yeah, you have the tree surrounded, and that's kind of why I was saying that if y'all retreat, then all the fungal peeps that are here in the tree area are going to spread to the other spots. So
Yeah.
But it certainly has spread out our forces.
So right now you've got all your fungal monsters that are kind of at the outside with the war wizards and purple dragon knights keeping them contained, and then roughly what you have is we'll say
Quintus is probably pretty close to the main entrance of the tree then.
yeah.
Okay. So Quintus is acting like the last line of defense before heading up top. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think what we need is some sort of distraction.
The oil in the fire might work.
Guys, you do realize it's a hive mind, right?
Yes,
but-
the more distraction happens, the more time we
If we
have to
can-
get to Quintus.
Do you think that we can somebody could launch a two-pronged attack, say about here and here, and pull up the middle area, clear it out a little bit, so then we can drive right up the middle to tackle Quintus on.
That would leave us vulnerable from
Well,
attack.
this is a last-ditch effort, so
I know,
we're
but
the edge of the blade.
Were you
Hard for me
asking
to-
the guard?
The guard, yes.
Edwin gave me permission to escort you around. He didn't necessarily give me permission to alter battle strategies, but I'm sure that it's something that he would take into advisement. And if you said that that's what you needed in order to get through, we could potentially do that.
I mean, the
That would
goal
just
is
be an
to get up into the
opportunity.
tree and do what we can to disrupt whatever's trying to come through. And none of your scouts, anything, have been successful in getting past Quintus.
Maybe
They tried to cause him into frenzy. I mean, if our goal really is to, and again, this is probably because I was confused and I thought he was just like off to the side and we could just go towards the tree through him. Thought he was like blocking it off, but why is Quintus the goal here? I mean, if we want to get to if our goal is the tree, then avoiding Quintus would be tactically sound, although not glorious in the least.
You think we can avoid Quintus, though?
I
Well-
think if we go around the encampment, if we have the place surrounded. Unless he,
No,
can,
we can't.
he sees us somehow. Like
Hive
he saw
mind.
us through that scrying thing.
Yeah, he saw the scryers, so
Yeah, they're a hive mind, so you're saying that they could relay information if we were seen.
by any of them, he'd know.
he
Just like if we tried to distract and we attacked him, he could have his things ignore the distraction and turn on us.
what
I
if
feel like he might be too proud for that, but that is an assumption, I suppose.
I mean, not if he's not in control no more.
you make a really good point about the horde potentially turning on you once you got past the lines. What if instead of walling them off from us, we use the fire to be behind their lines and wall them off from you?
Now we're thinking.
Do you risk them escaping, though? And possibly getting out into the rest of the world?
We've gone for as long as we have. We've held. Our numbers are
That's
dwindling,
always
but
the risk. It's good to focus on the goal. I like that plan. Arsus also brings up a point. It's a hive mind. Do we have any way of distracting them or fooling them into thinking we're somewhere we're not? Or can we go somewhere without being seen and try to make a break for it? Or is there any plan to get us closer towards the tree so that fire plan could come into effect?
well, no matter what you do, I wouldn't suggest trying to fly in. I think the rot flies might get you before you got very far, so I would probably stay below the tree line.
There's no kind of tunnels or caves that lead up.
No, we do have plenty of war wizards, and while their spell slots might be dwindling, we could try to use invisibility should you need it.
But
If he was able to see through the scrying, though, he would be able to see us even if we're invisible.
He can, but can the Horde?
They share mind.
But they don't share sight.
Power.
Right, but he could be like, he's there, like speed of thought. It's faster
If
than.
they don't see us, and then we are able to find a way that he's not looking.
While we're invisible. Yeah, that's our best plan so far that I've heard. Or we use the fire to somehow make us a path, but
That telegraphs where we are.
I don't think that stealth is going to be our best choice here.
I don't know. It
It's-
seems like the best idea to me so far.
Well, first off, you're not quiet, Herc. Secondly,
The battle's
There's
not
too
quiet.
many-
There's a whole battlefield going on. It's not like I'm sneaking through a nurse's pantry.
no, but there's just too many ifs, ands, or we don't know what their skill sets are. So, I say we go for the more straightforward plan where we use the fire to protect us while we take on the big beastie that helps the army, versus trying to sneak in and get ourselves surrounded when we don't have any support.
I mean, either way, we could probably die. I think using the invisibility with the fire plan is the best. If we can get far enough and somehow signal them to.
I might have another idea, though it is admittedly a little risky.
Okay.
Riker pulls out the scroll of teleportation. We could just
Oh,
teleport to the
yeah.
tree, but we wouldn't
I
be
thought
able
about
to.
that.
Actually,
out there.
guys,
But I'm
Um,
looking at him.
if I can get to the tree without you, I can get you all up there. And I hold up my
Say
bow.
more?
Do you not remember what I did to Miss Wren?
Oh.
You can do that for all. What did you do again? You shot her like an arrow.
She shot me and brought me right to her. How many of those do you have?
Unlimited?
What's
How
the
would you
range
get
on
up
it?
there?
That's the trick. I'm at least quieter than Mr. Herc.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you can ride Ardu, we only need 2 invisibility spells.
We said flight is
I-
off the table, though.
Yeah, I mean, I can ride
If they're
Ardu, but he's
invisible?
big. Well, he wouldn't be invisible.
He can't be made invisible. He's
He
Bigger than a
could,
medium
but I'm
creature.
running out of.
They just offered War Wizard spells, right?
War wizards could turn whoever or whatever we need invisible to try to help with the
To be
effort.
fair,
How far away is the tree from where we're at? I mean, I think we'd be
Yeah.
out of range, right?
Yeah.
300 feet.
Ooh, yeah, it's further than 300 feet. I mean, you could definitely get it
Hold
beyond
on.
the front lines. Easy enough.
Yeah.
Sorry, 600 feet.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're probably talking about. I didn't think of that. Like you're probably talking about. I don't know, maybe like 2,000 feet from here to the tree.
So you
Yeah, I wouldn't
describe
think they'd be here. I think they'd be much closer to the tree at the time, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, if you were, like, 600 feet could get you a decent amount from the tree to Like, I would probably say that Quintus is within 600 feet of the tree. So it's possible that you could use that to avoid him. Potentially. No guarantees on that one. That is not me as a DM telling you what to do. I'm just saying that is definitely a possibility should you consider it.
I mean, if we all teleport straight to the top of the tree and just kill Zuktmoy outright, then it should all end, right?
Yeah, burn
We
our
have to.
burn our insurance, but it's the easiest way and probably the best way to get up there.
We probably have to find a way to seal the portal to prevent Zuktmoy from even getting here.
I
If
thought you guys
Zuktmoy-
had a way to do that. You don't know how to do that?
I thought we were just gonna kill her.
She's kind of a goddess.
Yeah. I was gonna ask John. John, like, we're talking about a literal god here, right?
It's
I
a
don't-
demon.
Yeah.
Excuse
Demon
me.
queen.
A demon is not a god.
Yeah, they're
How dare you? Sacrilegious.
I'm trying to think
There are
of
those who worship them as such, and I feel sorry for them. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay.
We're not going to see our 18 guys. We're not equipped to handle that.
Yeah, demon lords are different than gods. Like, this is essentially what Strahd is to the demiplane of Dread. This is
So yeah,
she's
don't
a lord
fight
of
right now.
of
Okay.
a particular. I mean, you don't know if she's at her full strength. If she's not through.
Exactly. There's a lot of unknowns that we're risking for.
But
And so,
maybe they have some. Yeah, I don't know how to turn it off, but maybe we could try to find some way once we're there. Because if we defeat Quintus, unless he's the key, what's our plan then?
well, I was hoping that maybe once we defeat Quintus, we can all just catch our breaths. It would slow down their progress, but I don't know.
Yeah, there's multiple scales that we could chase, I guess, of like the problem. Like, do we just try to help the troops out as best we can, and like really kind of like
Do the war wizards?
I say low stakes ways, but
Do the war wizards have a method in store to get to shut down the portal?
that's a great question. Who's the head
They're
war
the
wizard
more-
around?
Yeah.
Keith? Do the War Wizards have a way to shut it down a portal if we were to get one of them?
Oh.
In range?
With teleportation, we could bring 3 of them with us.
Tell us, General Guard Keith.
Pig!
Come on, Brendan.
Come on!
I'm sure there's some sort of banishing spell that they're working on that I would imagine that they would be able to seal the gate should the threats become clear. Or not clear, but dealt with.
Is there someone we can talk to? You're not a wizard, I get that, General Guard Keith, but we'll have to talk to somebody with more expertise.
Keith, is that what you said?
Expertise.
did.
Yes, he did say that.
Expertise!
Maybe there's a war wizard Prescott or Bellamy or Leander here. Kingsley. Oh, Kingsley sounds like a great war wizard name.
Ooh, yeah.
Sorry, there's just so much planning going on. Like, now my mind's racing like, oh, if we can teleport 8 people, we could take some war wizards with us. And if that's enough people to use the banishment spell with the teleport, then great. That's probably our
Yeah.
best plan.
Yeah.
That would be.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm wondering about.
But also, why haven't they tried to do that yet? Like,
Good question.
take like a week.
Because there's a
Plot.
giant Quintus in the way.
Plots.
No,
And-
if they
Also,
teleport.
they haven't been to the top of the
Top of the
tree.
tree.
They can't teleport there
Yep.
successfully.
But we've been to the top of the tree.
They
So
can't
our
teleport
success is
there
higher.
if they haven't been there before?
The
If you use
teleportation
this-
spell has wonky
Limitations.
Limitations.
Yeah. It'd be a
Okay.
chance like there's other travel spells, like if they got within 500 feet of the tree, they could use certain teleportation magic that would probably be able to get, like I think some
Dimension
sort of
door?
Yeah, Dimension Door has a pretty wide range, but like to use just a teleport spell, like if you haven't been there or know it familiarly, then it's a
But if
random
you
chance.
have, there is a
druid
really good
tree.
chance for it to
Yeah.
work. Okay.
This is a druid tree that we're at, so the war wizards really had no business being up there, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So there's your plot armor right there. Fantastic.
Well, I mean, even if there was a chance of failure, I might have expected them to have some kind of plan already, or like possibility of doing that. If they have a banishing right, I guess they thought maybe they would just contain everything and then go up and stop it.
Well, Hark, it also sounds like they don't have it ready yet. They were working on it, but it's not like ready to go yet.
Oh, the banishment thing? Okay.
Yeah, that's what he said.
We also.
Where's
don't
War Wizard
know-
Kingsley at? We need to know about this banishment spell.
We can take you to Joffrey. He would be able to tell you something.
Joffrey, yes.
Joffrey! I'll
Um,
say we also don't know what we're going to find once we get to the top of the tree.
Yeah, I'm hoping they've gotten some sorry.
Well, when I
Well, I hope
spied
they
on
got some reconnaissance on
Quintus
that as
before,
well.
he was on top of the tree, right? Like, not this last time, but the time before that.
That was Sammy, right?
Or Sammy saw him, yeah.
I
yes,
mean, we
when-
all fought him on the top of the tree.
Yeah, we were all up there.
yeah.
That was like 2 days ago.
Oh, you mean when he was doing the scrying?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like we saw, like, did we see like a portal, or did Sammy see a portal? Or to get like a general idea of what we're dealing with.
I think he did, actually. I think I remember that he just
Pretty
finished
sure
this-
I did, yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, shitty memory myself, but
Yeah,
That was also, like,
remembering that
4 weeks ago.
Zugmoy's arm had like come out of the
That's
gate
right.
and touched Dinkeldork and Quintus and gave him his superpowers before he jumped off of the tree. Yeah. So you've currently dealt with one of the 3 leaders of the for shit's sake, John
Yeah.
Allen.
The emissaries of balance.
Yeah, the emissary of balance. Thank you.
Mm.
So there's still Quintus and Calliope left.
Calliope, yeah.
We don't know where Calliope is. She could be at the top of the tree waiting to.
Yeah, because I don't think I was able to tap into Calliope
Yeah.
when I did it, but I did get Quintus, so. So Calliope could be up there defending the tree as well, and we don't know what kind of mass of fungus boys are up there right now.
Yeah. Well, let's
Well,
see what Joffrey has to say. I know if it were me and I wanted to keep a demon portal safe, I'd rather have 2 goalies.
True.
What's a goalie? What's a goalie?
You know, in like sports ball, favorite sports
Oh.
and
Sports
Cormyr.
ball, eh?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
get the old pigskin and.
They have goalies in sports ball?
Oh
Interesting.
yeah.
So why don't we all take a vote on the idea that we want to do, and whoever gets the most votes win, and we just do that?
Well, we need.
I thought we were gonna go. I thought
talk
we
to
were
the
getting
War Wizards
more
first.
information.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. As you head over to a different ornate tent with the few war wizards inside of there around a large round table, you can see them plotting things out. You enter the room and the guard. Joffrey, there's reinforcements here. They intend to try to deal with the threat head on, potentially taking down the giant, or maybe even going to the tree directly. They had some questions that they needed to ask you. And Joffrey kind of, well, out with it then. What do you have for me?
If we're able to get to the top of the tree, do you or someone else have some kind of banishment spell to deal with it?
Yes, we planned on using the gate seal spell.
So you are able to seal it then?
Yes, of course. If we got there and had enough time to be able to do it, we would need a full minute of uninterrupted casting to be able to cast the Gate Seal spell. This would last for 24 hours. We would put on a rotation, so we would need to be safe up there for a decent amount of time, at least until we knew that the threat was fully eliminated. But we do have a plan and several spells.
How many of you are required for that spell? It's just one of you?
Only one.
All right, so
How
if
long
we can
did you
get you
say
to...
It was going to take?
It's 1 minute of
minute.
casting.
Okay.
So if we were to get an entire contingent of you up the tree, then you could shut it down. Okay. Do you know what's up top on the tree right now? Has anybody seen anything up there?
Just the swirling clouds above it, and what we can only assume is the large demonic gate. Those that are on the backside of the tree have reported dark swirling energy towards the top.
I can use the crystal ball to... I can use it for a location. I can see what's up there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a location you've been before.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, you're
That might be
welcome
worth
to
it.
pull that out and give it a look.
I don't... Riker, hesitates, but he
You can
understands.
do it.
He
I
sits
know he's a
down,
war wizard, but let him copy your homework.
and he will use it at the top of the tree to see what's there.
Okay. You are able to do so. Let me see.
Will be about 30 different fungal boys of varying size, and one demon arm just kind of stretching out and just touching everything.
Well, fuck you. I guess we just kill ourselves at that point.
We're already
Guess
going
we'll
to.
die.
It's fine.
I guess we die.
You can see a woman
Fuck.
floating in the center of the tree. Not the center of the tree, but the center of the top of the tree. The rounded, flat fighting surface
Yeah.
that you guys had before.
Yeah.
Floating what appears to almost be like a fungal crown that is growing from
Ew.
her skull. Her body covered in a mycelial web, very form-fitting. Not a lot of caps growing from her body. With one of her arms, she wields what appears to be some sort of otherworldly demonic sword, dripping with a green, blackish ooze. And from her back protrudes large, leathery wings, and she's just kind of hovering there in midair. Behind her, you can see the demonic portal open. Different demons coming through, rot flies mostly flying through. And you can see Zugtmoy in the background, slowly making her way through the portal.
By any chance, does that look like a mycelian circlet that's on her fucking head?
Oh, yeah.
I bet you $10, probably.
Wasn't that like a big thing in the Merrick's journal?
That's I would say yes. I guess with Riker probably reporting out to you all, you would probably be able to, having, remembered that as your player, I'm gonna say your character would definitely remember that. And
Okay.
you could think of it as a mycelial circlet.
Cool.
Cool.
So maybe we knock that off her fucking head, and then yeah, could be fun. Could be fun.
So
So
We knock her head off her neck, and she's even better. So there you go. But
So what if we just go straight up there? We need an extra teleportation scroll. So we teleport up, we take out Calliope, we return, get our strength back, and then we go back up with the war wizards so that they can cast the gate while we take out whatever else is around there.
Right, how are we gonna
Well,
get down?
Entirely.
She said get
Well,
another
we need an extra
teleportation.
teleportation scroll.
I think that's too optimistic. I think we gotta go in with the war wizards and try to.
I think so
I think
too.
if this plan to work, we gotta go in and try to get it done then. And
Especially
also
with
help us on the way out.
the queen coming through.
Okay.
This is not something we could just dip back down on.
What's your plan before we showed up? When were you going to try this? With who?
I mean, I was going to be able to be the one that was casting the spell. It was just when or if we were able to get up there.
we do have the ability to get up there. We've been up there before. We have a scroll of teleportation, so we can bring a few of you with us. But it would be very dangerous. We can try to distract or deal with Calliope, but there's no guarantee.
And all the bot flies.
And the bot flies, but they might be a problem regardless.
He kind of counts. So we could bring 3 war wizards with us. And all of us to start casting. It's a 4th level spell, so it shouldn't be much of a problem. If we were interrupted, that could be problematic. We'd have to restart the casting. But
So we make sure you're not interrupted. That's what we're for.
yes, luckily we've trained in our concentration, so even 1 or 2 attacks should be mentally strong enough to be able to withstand. Yeah, there's a possibility we could do that. Are you not afraid that the hulking beast that's towards the bottom of the tree would return? But I guess if we only
That's why
need a
we'd have to be
minute,
fast.
doubt it can get back in a minute. We would have to be in and
We'd have to
immediately
move
start
quick, and it would
casting.
have to.
I mean, do you think that thing can get in through the tree super fast?
We
No,
also
I
might be able
agree.
to-
That's I don't think you would be able to make it to the top of the tree or even to the tree within that minute. I think we would, but it's afterwards. You would have to be prepared to potentially fight both. The spell will only last for 24 hours. We need to have somebody to be able to reapply it for potentially several days to permanently seal the gateway.
Understood.
But 24 hours would mean that no gateway can be reopened. Whatever summoning circle that they had to create, they would have to then do again.
Exactly.
If we get as many people up there as possible, can Gander has to be communicated with to send anybody and everybody through to here to wipe out what other remaining creatures that are here, so then you guys could continuously cast. Just clear out the city. Clear out the city and leave whatever token force to just hold the gates, but just to clear out everything around the tree.
I don't know if that's realistic, Sammy. They're
mean-
trying to hold their own gates.
Yeah, we saw
protect
this
the
morning.
people.
Ganderhass
barely
isn't going to
hold-
stop what he's doing until we're successful.
We'll be successful.
And we're
at
just
shutting
trying to
down the
buy
gate.
time. Shutting the gate would still set them back, no? For as long as we could.
Absolutely. I think shutting the gate. I don't know how long how long the ritual took to even open it.
Weeks.
Potentially. So shutting it down even once could buy us that much more time. Could give Ganrahast more time with the Echo. It could give. Yeah.
So if we're talking realistic, our best chance is to just shut it down. 24 hours seems... 24 bells seems too long.
And plus, once 3 of you have been up there, you can teleport yourselves back up.
That's very true.
Well, they have a better chance.
Better
to.
chance, of course, yes.
Fair.
And honestly, you guys can leave me down here. I can make my way up the tree without.
Oh yes, you could go up and give us a signal. We could take another person.
Listen, you're the ones that are sticking your necks out there. We're willing.
They give me a head start. I can attempt to get in and scout it a little bit. I move very fast, and I can go invisible, just like Sammy.
Okay, I like that. Can we also maybe... General Guard Keith had mentioned that we could maybe create a ring of fire with a coordinated effort of oil and catapults to block off the horde from us.
To be honest, I think Riker's cannon might fit better than Ardu on that one, but we can lend Ardu strength too. He can't follow me up the tree.
Is your plan to go up to the tree like by yourself, or sorry, I'm
First, and then
Yeah,
you all
yeah.
teleport to meet me there, and then I can. That leaves you room for one more wizard.
How
assuming-
tall is the tree again?
Big boy tree.
Let me see if I have. Let me look at the Knightswood.
Module piece.
How fast can you fly, Sarah, again?
I don't fly. I climb.
Cormyr.
Like-
I thought you were going to
climb.
ride Ardu over there.
I can't ride Ardu while he's
King's
flying.
Forest.
Not till
Oh,
level
yeah,
15.
Knightswood.
The only risk is you would have to, if Quintus was anywhere close, he might be able to see you even if you're invisible.
Well, yeah, but if she goes in at another angle, like the horde's not going to
So
see her. It's
I
just going to
can
be hard for her
move-
to
You
break
would
through.
think.
for 1 minute, I can move. Or sorry, for 10 minutes, I can move 90 feet a second without provoking any sort of attack, and I can be invisible for up to an hour. And I can climb at that speed.
Well, and that you can probably make it. I just don't know how far out Quintus can see anything.
I go behind him, the back of the tree.
Well, even if you go behind him, True Sight would still allow him to see you.
Allows you to see at the back of your head through a tree.
It's maybe not through a tree, but if you're just right behind him, he would. He'd be
No,
able to
I would
see you.
on the back side of the tree, Riker.
Wait, sorry, are you talking about going like over here?
Yeah,
I'm talking
it's
about
like our-
climbing the damn tree.
Well,
It's like our-
sorry,
it's like our
you
original
made it sound
plan
like
of
you're
going.
gonna go like right behind him and then climb up the tree.
No.
His back turned to you.
Yeah,
I
I'm staying right
mean-
there.
There are stairs that go up the majority of the way, and then a pulley system that, like an elevator system that takes you up the remainder of the
Yeah.
way.
I know, but I wouldn't want to be inside the tree. That leaves me more vulnerable.
Yeah, I agree. I was just
I mean,
giving that information.
if you think you can make it, by all means.
The tree is roughly, from the last time you estimated, I believe, like between 450 and 500 feet tall.
I mean, it sounds like our plan of going invisible earlier, but it'll just be Arsis, and she'll be better at getting up there than any of us would have been. I guess she could have shot us, but now we're just going to take the scroll up, so...
Yeah.
I mean,
And this just saves us a spot on the scroll. So.
meta knowledge, true sight only lasts so far. You don't have true sight for
true.
10,000 feet in every direction.
I also don't know what Quintus is rocking as well, so that
I know.
I think there's a very good chance it would work, but there's always that possibility where because we just don't know.
And then we're
So
down
the
one.
plan is, I would cast invisibility. I'd come up from behind the tree, and when I got to the tree, I would activate my boots speed, which allowed me to go very fast, and I'd get to the top of the tree maybe in like 2 minutes, 1 minute tops, and then you all teleport up there and meet me up there, and then you could have 4 wizards.
I mean, if you really
And if
want
you'd like,
to get into it,
Ardu can empower somebody's arrows with some fire to start some fires is on the outside while we do this.
if
That
you
sounds
really want to
good.
get into it, I mean, I can run straight up the outside of the tree too.
I can jump straight to the top.
I keep
believe you
doing
can.
that I need the teleportation.
I can't. My shoes aren't that... I should have
They're
gotten that
not?
headband of... I can jump higher, but not that high.
I mean, that's just my thought process. Is if we need as many helps as we can up top, we might as well save those spaces, and I can find my own way up.
How many teleportation scrolls do we have? Can we take the whole army?
Just one.
I don't know if there's more in the camp, but I know.
Wasn't he
that we have
talking
one.
about another one to get us back down, possibly? Or can one of them just cast it without a scroll? What level
Yeah.
spell is it? Okay. Hope we have a war wizard for the way down. We'll have 4 chances. Let's clump them up.
Them all together, holding hands.
Fireball?
Don't look at this target.
Shit.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, how much room do we have up at the top of the tree? I think that
It
we have to
pretty
limit.
big if I remember.
Yeah, it's a huge tree, I think.
Yeah.
I understand that, but it's not army size.
Fair. I
No.
see what you're saying.
So we could probably have a dozen people up there max, likely.
Somebody make a history check for me.
I got you.
Good.
I'll
probably got
give
a
you.
+1.
I'll give you a with advantage
I got it,
because
guys, I got it.
you literally just scried up there.
I got
Dirty
it, you guys.
20.
Better.
We'll take
Don't worry,
that.
guys. I got it.
-1.
It
So
was
what is
at
all you
least a
remember?
football field wide, I swear.
God bless our himbo.
A sports ball field.
Yes. You would remember that it was at least 50 to 60 feet. Circle.
Like diameter or radius?
Diameter.
Okay, diameter. Okay.
Or circumference.
Oh god. Perimeter, perhaps?
Yeah, about 50, 60 feet.
Okay.
Diameter.
So wait, so do these war wizards have other scrolls or other means of casting teleportation?
Yeah.
Like scrolls, or can they cast it?
They cast it.
Ah, okay, damn. Because if they had more scrolls, like we could just take, just be like one of us and then a bunch of other guys, and we just do that.
Yeah.
3
But that'd be
times.
too easy.
Oh well.
Oh well.
Okay.
Great planning, guys. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
So let me just reiterate. The plan is Arsis is going to go in first, invisible, and
Gonna
try to
give
get
you,
up the tree.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
And do we have any comms during this time, or we're just kind of...
No comms. My message cannot reach out that far.
No,
Nope.
same.
we don't have sending stones?
Nope.
Can we get one?
Do the wizards have walkie-talkies?
You guys just have to trust I'll show up at the top of the tree. That's what it
Ham
comes down
radios,
to.
maybe?
Okay, but we want to
Um,
try to time it to when we think you're about to get there. So how much time
It-
should we have given you?
Like 2 minutes.
We'll give you 3.
Valid. If I get up there early, I'll just do my best to hide.
Yeah.
Or
stay
stall.
invisible for
Okay,
another-
and we're meeting at the intersection of which tree?
The
root
tree
line?
and the portal.
Okay.
Yeah. Where the demon chick lady with the wings is.
Okay, we're just going right in front of her and then action.
Probably.
Okay, I hope we're spread out enough and she doesn't immediately mushroom ball us.
Well,
We
one
have to
way
be
to
within
find
10
out.
feet of
Hey,
everybody.
Riker, you can cast teleport, right? You can cast that scroll.
I can do it. I can do it once with the scroll.
Okay, good, perfect. Then we're gonna give you the scroll, and you're gonna put us in the spot that's not gonna get us instantly nuked. And there you
Yeah,
go.
roll for that shit. You don't even know if you're gonna make it to the top of the tree.
That's true.
Yeah, it comes down to a D100.
Whoa. Can I give you
Whoa,
a
wait.
bardic?
Hold on, wait.
No.
What we can do? Oh, wait. So when we cast the scroll, does a portal open up on the other side?
No.
No, you just
No.
you
No,
just
it-
pop
you
out
just
of the
kinda
plane.
Flop through.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you're there, yeah.
Because I was gonna say, hey, maybe somebody else attunes to the whatchamacallit, the orb of scrying, and sees if something pops up over there.
Oh,
So-
you know what else I could do? I could
You
I
could
could
orb-
use the crystal ball of true seeing on Arceus, so I know
Yeah.
when she's up there.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
Perfect.
I can choose
She's
to
up
fail
there,
that.
We scroll, we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm glad you
Okay.
can use that so many times. That is the best item that we've
Oh, dude, it's fantastic. I'm so glad we
Yeah.
have it.
Yeah.
All right.
So are we
And-
going to execute this plan next time on the Adventures of Cormyr, or do
I
we
at
want
least
to
wanna
try
get
to?
up there.
12:30.
You want to
Yeah,
get
it
up
is
there
12:30.
tonight?
But
up there, fight, 2 minutes, done. Wait, 1 minute fight, minute spellcast to
Yeah, yeah,
Joseph is very
Fine.
well versed in the D&D combat style. He knows it only takes a minute and a half in real time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a fast
exactly.
fight.
It's up to you guys. We're getting close to the end. The most that I would
No,
really
this
go
is
over
good.
is 5 minutes.
This was a great tactical. We've assembled the finest military minds Cormyr can
And then-
provide, and
Ignored them and did our own thing.
I mean, it's gonna work. I mean, it's working though. Like, I think it's a solid plan.
I think it is too. I had no idea that this was even a possibility until you said it. So I think that I think it's going to be interesting.
It's our best chance of success and dying.
Mhm.
Yes.
For sure.
Again, a true Hail Mary. See, it comes back full circle.
So if you want,
Is
we
that
can
gonna
just
be the
execute
title
the
of the
plan
episode? The Hail
next
Mary?
session and get right into the fighting instead of trying to.
Yeah, I think that'll be good. I think that'll be
Oh,
good.
Riker, who's Mary?
Oh well, it actually comes
Wait,
from
wait,
a story,
wait.
and
Okay, guys, did you guys see any feminine touches in Riker's house? Where's your mom?
John, where's my mom?
Well, next time on